Hey guys, continuing the chapter 5 of Iamblichus' Exhortation to Philosophy text about Pythagorean divisions. So in the previous video I talked about when he says there are three souls that we have. The rational soul, the spirited soul, and he doesn't mean soul of the spirit as I understand it, he just means courageous soul here, and desiderative soul. So further on in the chapter, he explains them a bit more. So he says the rational soul is our daemon, our spirit, the highest, the divine part of us. And he says our goal is to restore the function of the rational soul. And the function of the rational soul is to mimic the revolutions of the entire universe. And if we restore this, then we start to have immortal thoughts, immortal understandings, immortal happiness. Because this starts to give us more energy, essentially, as I understand it. If we do the opposite, as a majority of people do the opposite, they feed the desire that arises in them, uncontrollably usually. This feeds the desiderative soul in us. The result of that are mortal thoughts, mortal worries, and mortal happiness, which is constantly fleeing, constantly disappearing. You are happy one moment because some kind of desire is being satisfied, then a new desire arises which is not yet satisfied, and you are unhappy. And if that desire is great, you are even more unhappy. Here we don't have that. So here we can experience happiness regardless of what kind of desires are being satisfied or not. Because this is a much higher level of happiness. So Iamblichus says, when we come into generation, meaning when we enter the physical reality and pick up this instrument, the physical body, the physical being, the beast, so to use his terminology, the revolutions that before that we were at one with, the revolutions of the universe, the cycles that were going on, they become corrupted to some degree. And so we have to, our job in life is to restore those revolutions. And what I understand, what he means by those revolutions are revolutions on different levels. What I understand, I don't know if this is what he meant or not, is that he means cycles. So later on, as we study Platonism, we see that there are constant cycles going on. And we can mimic those cycles in our behavior, in our thoughts, in our meditations, in our prayers, and so on. Cycles of how energy flows through the universe. How energy comes from above and then returns back to above. This is what I understand by his term revolutions in this chapter. Later on in the chapter, he gives an example of a city, and here he is often linked to the Republic by Plato. And Iamblichus says, it's like, imagine there is a city and the law exists in a city for the benefit of all people. And the law helps to govern and in a way control people. The same way we should aspire within ourselves to develop the rational soul within us, because that will provide the law by which we will then live, by which we will control the spirit, the ambitious side of us, the lion, and by which we will control the monkey in us, the desiderative part, the desire. Just like in a city, the law is put in place to control and guide all its citizens. So that's there's much more in that chapter. But I cannot see how I can group it together in a neat way. So I will probably just leave that. We'll see. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. All the best. And in the next video we either go into more parts of this chapter, if I can figure out how to neatly package it, or we go into the next chapter. Thanks, bye-bye.